ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell,
I ain't returning match Thanos as usual.
sorry, I'm trying to be like Thanos the pimp. Anyways, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am back and I am live. I actually wanted to make up for last night because I didn't post I posted a video, but it was not the stream. It was actually a message out there. Obviously, there's no viewers at the moment, but hopefully those who have viewed me, I am seeing the users. I don't want to spy on them, but shout out to another TT viewer, Donk7 with a 0 instead of an O, and Drapsnat. Thank y'all for watching, and thank y'all for really supporting me. I also made clips. They recommend using clips to help catch a lot of viewers. And I think each one I got 3. The thing about it is, I'm not sure if if you go back and watch your video, it counts. I looked up and it did, but then I actually had done it and it didn't count. I'm still mixed up on that, because like if I went to the video and I count, and if it counted and pressed played, and if I went back to my own video, it wouldn't count toward the view. But I looked it up and it says it does, so it's weird. So, anyways, to change this, we're going to be watching
The bronies. The bronies.
You know who else is a bro? No, I'm kidding. I am not. I don't even know. I've never known who these people were. I seen a little bit of this yesterday, but it was only like the beginning of it, and it's still new, so I'm probably gonna have somewhat of a reaction to it still. This is ridiculous, man. Like, they're automatically, yeah, they're not right in the head. So sit back and enjoy, and let's get started.
Pony, fascism is magic? That's what media outlets were saying about certain members of
the first thing, we're right on it. First thing, they believe fascism is magic. That's like saying a certain religion says by you killing yourself, you are magically gonna whisk yourself up into heaven. That's stupid. That is so dumb.
The brony community after it was revealed that the subculture had many fans of the far right. Caitlin Tiffany of The Atlantic described this phenomenon back in 2020, where she noted that the fandom is mostly comprised of white men, a few of which have extremist sympathies. Tiffany detailed what she described as a civil—
what? This is already getting into some really controversial stuff that I don't want to be. Hang on, man. Hold on. I'm going to skip past this. Ew! What is that?
Searchable category that yielded 900 results. Not tainted with horror first. When you take a closer look, this pony paradise is tainted with horrible,
that is the face of
brutal violence and distasteful art. Tiffany wrote that an image that she recently viewed on the site depicted a My Little Pony character presiding over 3 lynchings and 1 beheading of cartoons drawn to represent various marginalized groups. Now, of course, it would be completely ludicrous to say that the entire fan base is filled with these sorts of people. The article admits that in the wake of the BLM movement in the USA, many people were making My Little Pony art to support—
Okay, why are you even supporting that group if you're a pony? You're not even a human. Why? That's menacing too. Fascism.
the cause. Much of this artwork, though, was bombarded with me. All it did suggest the mods got more active in deleting posts that were deemed as trying to incite controversy, and also deleted many posts critical of the BLM movement. This was a balancing act, though, because the owners didn't want too much censorship on the site as to seem authoritarian. And that's when a new character entered the fray. This is Ariane, an MLP character that has been described as the ponification—
Who the heck is this pony version of a Frozen character? Who is this?
Nazism. According to Tiffany, there were some bronies who both supported the BLM movement and Jewish. To call MLP a breeding ground for supremacists is absolutely laughable. 900 images tagged as racist, millions of images not tagged as racist, less than 0.05%. This article is entirely manufactured outrage. Whether or not this was a legitimate problem within the fan base, or whether it was just the media trying to create a boogeyman out of nothing, I'll leave that up to you, but that is just one of the many stories we have to talk about today concerning the brony fandom.
I am sorry if I do have to, if I already have skipped to like practically 323 of this. I try to keep the stuff very politic out, and when it automatically showed politics, yeah, I'm not gonna look at that bullcrap. Like, I will entertain it a little bit, but I'm not. No, that's not the mark of my channel.
As we dive deep into some of the most strange, peculiar, and unnerving stories that it has to offer. Now, this is a very popular topic to discuss on YouTube with the likes of Raymundo, Turkey Tom, and Izzy's.
What is that? What is that? Excuse me? The Sins of the Bronies. What are they trying to copy? Beowulf's movie? The Sins of the Fathers.
All covering the topic before me, so I want to try and talk about some stories that they might not have covered. Hopefully you can learn some fresh stories that you haven't heard before. But before we get into discussing the hidden controversies of the brony community, we first have to understand what they are.
Again, and they've got a dictionary definition for these folks. If something is up on the dictionary, either they paid them to do it, or this is a serious crime event. All these people need to be arrested.
Go into the fold and turn website layouts into an art form with Wix Studio.
So the term brony is commonly given to an adult man who is a fan of the My Little Pony franchise.
Okay, why a man? Love how they call out it's a man. It's okay if it be a grown woman, but I love how it's right toward a man. Well, it's because of that stupid masculinity. That's why. Because a guy, the second he diverts from a masculinity, it's a crime. But women can do just about any of the same stuff this is doing. No charges added. But a guy gets into something like girls. It's just a problem. God, I hate that.
The fandom is said to have originated.
And don't get me wrong, it's weird for an adult to get something about kids, but I don't think it should have anything to do regarding to their gender. And I'm not trying to mock women about this. You'd be surprised how many women do a lot of weird stuff. Pokimane. Freaking, that woman. Oh, Delphine. Sorry, folks. Up this up a little bit, huh? Oh, God. What? Itchy! Itchy! Where's he gone? Where'd he go?
On 4chan more than a decade ago. To most of the web, this subculture was strange because My Little Pony is clearly not marketed towards adult men. The franchise originated in the 1980s,
different that is.
Marketed towards young girls, but come the 2010s and a lot of male viewers seem to gravitate towards the show.
Okay, so I actually am gonna say something, and this is, you call me out, whatever. I actually don't like the kind of content we make for girls. I don't. And I'm not trying to men shame here. So why is it that a guy gets all this cool stuff like, oh yeah, Bionicles and Transformers? Y'all know that stuff back in the day, right? But it's like a lot of creators would make like effing ponies shooting out rainbows out of the buttholes, and it's like that was for girl stuff. You know what I mean? And that's not really toward being rude. It's a way of feeling bad. Sympathy. Thank you. It's like, no, that's ridiculous. I want to make sure my story is for both folks of the stories, you know.
People that previously
those guys
you
have
probably
not seen
wouldn't
the
have
light of
expected.
day.
Back in 2012, Dr. Patrick Edwards and Dr. Marshall Redden conducted a survey that took notes for 20,000 bronies and came up with these 5 categories that they can all be classified as.
They came up with categories of this people.
First up, you have the social brony. These are people who have come out, for lack of better words, as a brony. They're open and upfront about it with people in their lives. This makes up about 29% of the group. Then you have the secret brony, the opposite of social, at 28%. These guys don't disclose that they're bronies publicly, though they do engage in fan behavior, and they are the joint second largest group. Then at 8%,
which is understandable. You don't want to be going out there about all of it. I mean, it's fine. I mean, hey. You enjoy it, but just keep it to yourself. That's all I gotta say.
The hidden brony who neither reveal their love for the franchise publicly or engage in fan behavior. Up next, you have the independent brony who also don't engage in fan behavior, but I'm led to believe that these guys do it out of apathy rather than shame, as they seem.
So, I'm working on a story, right? And I actually am almost done with it. It's called the MIP, right? The MIP. Multiversal Investigations Police. I feel like I gotta change it now. That is, you literally replace that L with an I. It's keep it all caps. And put a period between the M, between the ML, between the LP, and then after the P. Yeah, I do it for some reason. There's a P after the there's a period after the P. Even if it's not even if it's the end of a sentence, I put like another period after the period right after the P. Oh, it's an abbreviation thing. That's what I came up with.
More mild fans of the property. And finally, you have the mixed brony who exhibits traits from more than one of these groups. This classification makes up about 28% too, but it should be noted that because this study is more than a decade old, modern brony statistics might look a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Before we continue though, I have to clarify that when making a video on a group such as this, generalizations have to be made. It's a very large online subculture at the end of the day. This behavior, is it strange? Sure. Is it inherently wrong though? Not exactly, at least not watching a kid's show, surely that's not wrong. But it's when you create a culture and a community around it where problems arise.
Yes.
In this video, we'll be discussing the worst that the fandom has to offer, and I'm sure there'll be some bronies out there that can agree that there are some miscreants among the rest, including many of the more vocal members who would not only give the fandom a bad name, but would also corrupt it for bronies and the target demographic of young girls alike. And so next, I have a story about just that. This is a story that concerns a Tumblr user who 9 years ago expressed her anger and disgust of the brony community after she came across someone at the 2014 Bay Area Pony Spectacular Convention, or BabsCon, that appeared to be the target of a predator.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and anything related to...
According to a Daily Dot article that summarized the story, it involves an 11-year-old girl who is attending the event with 3 members of her family. However, this story begins with the girl in distress running up to the SAC anime table, asking if...
Hold on, I get better glasses. Where did I put those boys at? I got better glasses. Oh, chat, you're seeing my butt, huh? I gotta put them somewhere. Where'd they go? Ah, right here. Just chat. Hope you got a good look. Chat.
if she could hide. The people at this table were representing an anime-themed convention based in Sacramento, as the SAC anime name would suggest. One of these workers, named Callie, recalled the events on her Tumblr account, stating, "We met a little girl who was there with her family. She got a button drawn at our booth, told us all about her favourite ponies, and was overall just too damn cute. She had an MLP lanyard filled with pins that she had gotten in the vendor's room and gave me a Fluttershy pin because she liked my cosplay. She ended up just hanging out with us for a while and being super cute. We called her Babby because she's 11 and precious. The next day, she runs up to our booth terrified and asks if she can please hide under our table for a few minutes. Turns out, a dude had been following her around the con all day and tried to get her to come up to his hotel room alone. She tells us she thought it was okay at first because he was wearing a My Little Pony shirt, but she didn't want to go anywhere with him and he made her uneasy. At one point, after she had refused, he grabbed her arm in the elevators and tried to get her to follow him. She ran, and now she wants somewhere to hide. We tell her,
like, you're really good at hiding the cuss words when there's like a U right there.
of course, hurry her behind our booth and fucking station ourselves around her because she is 11 years old and all of us are prepared to physically attack the human.
Well, okay, so they weren't being weird about it. I'm presuming... So, hold on. So, I want to explain something. So, if you saw a little kid and they were doing something very cute, and you say, "Oh, that is such a sweet, cute child." My mom does it all the time. Everybody does it all the time, right? I thought at first I was a little bit concerned because I'm like, why are they calling that kid cute? And then I'm like, oh, it's just a weird thing. It's like, oh my goodness, he's so cute. You know, I was called so cute when I was little, so that's normal. Now, whether they're calling her Babby, I'm not sure, but these people, champs to them, really, champs to them. Anybody viewing this, let's give them a round of applause. Now, back to the video.
Human trash heap that tries to fuck with her. We're all dressed up in wigs and ears, and we're 100,000% prepared to rip them off and launch across that table to defend this kid. Eventually, this very large dude strolls by, very obviously looking around, and she quietly points him out to us. At this point, I'm ready to set him on fire, but when I ask her if she needs me to go report him, she shakes her head. She doesn't want to get in trouble or make anyone mad.
No. Okay, she's a little girl. I am going to excuse her of that. But no, if I was in that case, I would have absolutely said, no, we're reporting the sucker.
See him a few more times over the course of the day because he keeps meandering over to our booth and just casually looking around. Eventually, he actually stops to take a flyer from our table and asks us a question, and we coldly send him on his way. We start sending a co-worker with Babby whenever her parents aren't around, and she wants to go check out Artists Valley or the Vendors Hall, because otherwise, she's not safe.
Yeah.
Obviously a terrifying situation, but also a somewhat strange one at that, because many people who read this post pointed out some curious flaws in the narrative. That mostly being that if these staff members knew that this young girl was being pursued, hearing the statements that she gave, for them not to have informed the authorities would have been incredibly negligible, it would have been dangerous, it would have been beyond short-sighted. From their perspective, there is an active predator on the hunt in front of their own eyes who has been picked out by the supposed victim. How could you not have removed him from the event and tried to get him locked up? On top of this, much of the rest of the post was critical of the brony community, with the original poster writing, "My point here, this is why I fucking hate bronies. Because grown-ass men are flooding into a space carved out for children, often little girls, and are making it unsafe for them." The poster went on to compare the situation to something like a bunch of gross neckbeards swarming Disneyland and shoving kids out of the way so they can grope Cinderella and finding nothing wrong with it because they think they're entitled to it. But because of the inaction of the people involved and the clear anti-brony sentiment, many people actually thought that Callie was lying. They thought that this entire situation was made up just to demonize bronies. So we have the million-dollar question, was that true? Well, if we look a little bit deeper, the same story was corroborated by another SAC anime staffer, which would suggest that it was legitimate. But at the same time, a woman named Olivia Daniels, the vice chair and head of events for BabsCon, claimed that the convention safety team was never notified of this. She went on to defend the brony community, saying that the issue was not about some innate evil of bronies, but about the potential dangers that come with hosting any large event, especially one that involves children.
Yeah.
The Daily Dot then wrote that...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think the employees could have done something. Still props to them, at least for... Because at first, I thought this was like a paragraph talking about how they were being weird about the kid. No, I was totally wrong about that at first. So, props to them for at least looking out for the kid. But yeah, do I think they could have done more? Yeah. And I do feel bad that they got absolutely whooped because everyone thought this was actually a false story. I feel sorry because of the fact this was a false story. So, yeah, that's... Oh my god, that's weird. And no, and again, this doesn't have anything to do with the man. A woman can just be as weird. You know, I don't like the fact it's being solely ripped upon a guy, because then it makes guys look bad. And you know what? Some men are probably into some girl stuff. And you know what? That's fine. But it shouldn't be an automatic stereotype where that's like looking at every kid who wears a hoodie or is the nerd in the classroom and is that kind of kid who says, hey, don't go to school tomorrow. Stereotypical, you know what I mean? But I can still agree where, yeah, you shouldn't be having the freaking adult walk around stalking people, especially that have children, so yeah.
Callie's account was later deleted, likely in backlash from A, the people that thought that she was just using this as an excuse to attack bronies, and B, the people that had reservations with how this situation was dealt with. Though when I checked the link that the article provided, the account was still up and active. But anyways, you might be surprised to find out that this story does indeed have a conclusion, as a short while after this incident became public knowledge, the girl's mother came out with a Tumblr post to clear everything up. Was this story true, or was it false? Well, it was a bit of both. I'm sure by now you're screaming at your phone or laptop, where was the family in all this? I mentioned them at the start, but I didn't discuss where they were during this alleged harassment. So this family is comprised of the mother, her adult daughter, her grandson, and her minor daughter. A bit complicated, but if I'm not mistaken, this woman's grandson is older than her daughter. I think that the grandson is the son of the adult daughter.
What? So just a bit of a weird age thing.
And then there's just a huge age gap between the adult and minor daughter. I might be mistaken, but that is my understanding. Now, the mother and adult daughter apparently have some sort of disability, which was why they struggled to keep up with the grandson, who was almost 16, and the 11-year-old daughter. At a point in time, none of the three were near the daughter, which was when she got approached by the man.
It looks like Jaws. Like, oh, I like that. It looks like a weird jaw mouth thing.
So it seems to be true that he did in fact ask her to go back to his hotel room to apparently help him pack. What was not true though was the claim that he grabbed her arm while in the elevator. According to the mother, this part of the story was heavily exaggerated.
Is that Ninjago Prime Empire red visor head symbol?
There was never any physical contact made, nor were the two ever alone together at the same time. They happened to share an elevator ride, but never interacted. The mum confirmed that the elevator was filled with people, and the two were standing away from each other. The mother also claims that at the time she didn't know anything about this either, and that she would have contacted security had she been aware. Nonetheless, what was done, and she apologised for the original poster's anti-brony rant. Obviously, the protection of children is at the forefront for every parent who has a kid who enjoys the My Little Pony franchise. Critics of bronies will say that it's a bit of a safety concern to have a bunch of grown
What is that? What is that? He names as part of the video Applejack Snack Attack. Brother. Where's... Bro, I'm in the stream. I'm in the stream. I'm ending the stream. I tell you what. My dad got me this laptop. I ain't afraid to take that Roman sword I've got, like, right here. And freaking use it to eviscerate this devilish hellhole. Disgusting. It's disgusting.
Adults and children highly interested in the same franchise. And in September 2023, this safety concern would once again make headlines after a My Little Pony branded children's snack would open up a terrifying rabbit hole.
YouTube Music is a music app made by YouTube. And it's your own personal DJ ready with mixes to fit whatever mood you're in or activity you're doing.
If I'm not mistaken, this story is a first on YouTube. It hasn't been covered before, so allow me to invite you into this shocking and sickening tale. This story is set in Hull, England, a place that I've only discussed once prior on this channel for its infamous Krispy Kreme Club incident. My apologies in advance to anyone who lives there, but it's a pretty unremarkable place in England, with one Guardian article saying that the number 1 and 2 reasons why you should visit it is that it has white telephone boxes and not many green cars. But last month, a pretty crazy story came out of the city, and that was that a mother was doing her grocery shop when she found something very strange on the back of one of the items that she had bought. The item in question was a My Little Pony mini biscotti packet of cookies. These are the sorts of things perfect for a snack in the lunchboxes. Cheap, small portions but still delicious, and obviously it's marketed towards children. What could go wrong? Well, the answer might shock you. The unnamed Yorkshire mother of 3 discovered a web link on the back of the cookies, which when typed onto the computer led her to a website full of CP. And of course by that I mean Chinese pornography. Obviously incredibly inappropriate for anyone who might be the target demographic.
Much better. Are you kidding me? Bro, I love how it's specific. Chinese. Not just any regular, you know what, but Chinese. Wow. 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 Oh god. I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. We almost have about, oh my god, we're not even
of this sweet treat. The mother made the point that if any child would have taken this product, seen the link on the back and then typed it into the computer, maybe thinking that it would lead them to a My Little Pony website, it would have completely shattered their innocence. She sounded the alarm for local parents and also informed the shop where she bought them from, Heron Foods. For those of you who don't know,
ooh, Heron Foods. Ooh, I am Britain. Ooh, I am the queen. I need to make a video covering Boogie 2988.
Heron Foods is a discount grocery chain predominantly located in the north of England. Heron Foods naturally ordered a product recall on the cookies, with a spokesperson coming out to say, "We've been working with the supplier to ensure this product is recalled across all our stores nationwide. Customers should return the products to their nearest Heron Foods store for a full refund." Interestingly enough though, in the backlash, it was revealed that yet another supermarket chain popular in the UK, Lidl, had been selling the same product but in a Paw Patrol theme just a month prior. But upon noticing the link, Lidl quickly had the mini cookies removed from their shelves.
Man, Paw Patrol's actually doing good in itself, man. Oh.
There was criticism thrown at Heron Foods by local parents who admitted that they should have acted earlier. Of course, there were many questions asked in the fallout of this. Who was behind it? What were their intentions? When did this start?
So I'm gonna be honest. What would the intentions have to do with anything? I know it's one of those questions. Like, yeah, I'm still curious. Why would they want to know? But what would that ever, especially regarding to crime kind of things? Why would that affect anything? You know.
Where were they located? Why were they doing it? And how were they getting away with it? So as it turns out, the news article that I found which reported on this stated that public records show that the URL domain on the packaging is currently registered to a person in Lianyongang, China. Previously,
I'm sorry. Liang Yang. Liang Yang. Liang Yang. Oh.
Is currently registered to a person in Liangyonggang, China.
Liang
Previously,
Yang.
it belonged to the manufacturer of the My Little Pony products, a sub-brand of Appy Food and Drinks named Appy Kids Co. Listings of the company house website showed that Appy Food and Drinks was dissolved in June 2022. Lidl's recall notice referred to the URL being compromised. Therefore, we can assume that this was likely a rogue individual, or at least, we hope he's
He was a communist red and yellow hammer sickle vigilante. He was the China URL link man.
rogue. We can also assume that this had been going on for upwards of a year, and this mysterious Chinese person probably took some sort of sick pleasure in doing it, as it was a laid out plan, intentional from the start. It goes without saying that many bronies don't see themselves as outcasts. Many in the past have been mocked or ridiculed for their love of the franchise.
What is this fairy wizard go-getter? What?
But what happens when it all gets a bit too much? What happens when the bronies fight back?
The convention confrontation. This is the kind of stuff I would make for my titles. See, the bronies fighting well too. Or no. The brony wars. In brony wars, the antis have fought back. No, brony shamponi. Someone put a little crap. I can't make up those kind of names, man.
We're going back in time more than 11 years.
Hey! Quit it, Mitsubishi. I'm gonna poke you. I'm not gonna hurt my cat. I'm just gonna poke her. There she is. God dang, cat, you're fat.
Years for this next tale, back to August of 2012, with this story being set at a convention called Everfree Northwest.
How do you have glasses? Okay, honestly, for folks who, you want to know what the male equivalent of My Little Ponies is? BoJack Horseman. And let me tell you, that show is dark and it is real. It is real. There is no other side. This is it.
As you might expect, this was an MLP convention which was being held in Seattle, Washington. To this very day, you can still find footage from the event up on YouTube. These dusty relics are almost fossils now, giving us in the modern day the clues to what this event must have been like. By all accounts, this was not one of the more traumatic MLP conventions, but the day after it wrapped, a blog post was put up on Tumblr by a user of the name Sporkbot. This post would send shockwaves throughout the MLP community, as it detailed how one person in attendance resorted to physical violence after they thought the franchise was being mocked. The post, titled Love and Tolerance, reads, "We were there as fans of MLP FIM who were not actively involved in an online fandom and representing the con that we help run. Everfree Northwest had set up a table at our show, so we were setting up at theirs. We had a great time tabling and did meet a lot of really nice people. We also met some people who were not so nice. I was sitting at our table in the main hallway of Everfree Northwest, just outside the doors for the livestream room, eating dinner with my
Why do they say people if they encountered one dude?
Friend. I got up to use the bathroom and saw some people peeking into the panel room to see what was going on. They were wearing pony shirts and buttons and were all decked out, where I was wearing my vendor badge with a Nightmare Moon pin on the lanyard. Maybe I wasn't obvious enough of a pony fan, I don't know, but I leaned in, smiled big, and said quite sarcastically, 'Oh, you don't want to go in there, those guys are strange. They like a kids show about talking horses.' You know, to break the ice and to have some friendly fun poking fun at ourselves for being at a ponycon. I've done this before, and it has never upset anyone in my last 10 years of going to comic book, pop culture, sci-fi, and anime conventions. The woman smiled back at me and said, "Oh yes, very strange." We chuckled a bit, and she walked away. I was about to turn to continue on my way to the bathroom when some other man came up on my right side, grabbed my trapezius muscle, and pressed his thumb to my jugular, and applied light pressure. Basically, the Vulcan nerve pinch. I'm blind in my right eye, so this
Oh my god, this guy's a skilled Russian! He could take on the Winter Soldier!
Already took me by surprise and set me on edge. I was led to believe by his actions that this kid knew what he was doing because he found my jugular quite easily and applied enough pressure to imply the threat of further violence. For added context to what I'm about to describe to you, I'm a trained and state-licensed security officer who is currently employed at the largest tourist attraction in Oregon. I'm not that big of a guy. I'm 5'8" and I have a lean but muscular build. He was probably about 5'10" or 5'11", just tall enough to look down at me, which he did. He squared himself up and said, "Did I just hear you call a brony strange?" I maintained my
Doctor Strange is less strange than this. I'm pretty sure he would not take this ever so seriously. And if you had him in a jugular, cool, he'll just eject his soul from his body, possess yours, and he'll have you fall off the building. But he's a superhero, so you're lucky he won't have you kill yourself. I mean, he could probably do that. I mean, if he just ejected himself from the body, possessed someone, and made them fall off the building. Why am I talking that dark? I'm sorry about that. God.
A relaxed body posture and did not respond physically to his threat in an intent to show that I was not scared of him and that he did not threaten me. "Yeah," I said slowly and clearly with a tone that implied, "So what if I did?" He smirked and said, "I don't think that's funny." "Okay," I responded, again making it clear by my tone that I was not threatened by him. "I don't like that. I don't think it's funny at all." And as he said,
"You could have..."
Said those words,
we're almost done, folks. We're almost there, though.
Wrapped his fingers around my throat and squeezed. This is when I took physical action. I grabbed his wrist tightly with my right hand, pulled it off my throat and away from my body to the left to throw him off balance. I pushed away with my left hand and stepped back with my left leg as I let go to blade my body away from him and make myself a smaller target. I pointed with my right hand and yelled, "No, you do not joke about that." Immediately, I turned and left the bathroom. I was amped up on adrenaline and ready to destroy this guy, but I didn't need to, nor did I want to.
I would have.
All I wanted to do was to get out of the situation and end it before it started to get worse. I didn't go to Everfree to get into a fight. I went to hang out with friends, make friends, talk about ponies, and promote my event. After I got back from the most stressful and shaky piss I've ever taken, my girlfriend asked me what happened. I explained it to her, and she said that she had told a different story to his friends as he walked away. Concerned that this would reach ConOps and put a bad mark on the relationship between our two events, I decided I would tell them about what happened before they heard something that was not true.
I'm sorry, but when you have those girlfriends that, like, completely exaggerate about that bullcrap or say something like that, that's when you just don't want to say anything to them. It's not, and I'm not trying to shame on girlfriends like that. I'm sorry, and I do apologize if you kind of have those kind of girlfriends. I'm sorry about that to anybody, but, like, that's why I just don't really want to say much, because, like, oh, he did this!
True. I had, and still do not have, any reason to lie about what happened. Usually, I would much rather let bygones be bygones than start shit, but this was a serious threat to my well-being, be it a misguided joke or not. The staff were absolutely aboard by what happened, but didn't know what to do. I was bounced around to many staff members until I was finally put in touch with the head of staff. I introduced myself and my organisation to him and explained what had happened. I gave as good of a description as I could to him and went on with my evening. About an hour later, the kid came back to the side of the con that we were in. I went to ConOps and pointed him out. They grabbed a security guard and they confronted him. The security guard was very unprofessional and seemed annoyed that he had to help at all. He was also horribly misinformed and presumably undertrained, as he insisted that in order to remove the guy from the event, we would have to call the police. All we need to do is confiscate his badge, inform registration, and inform him that if he returns, he risks facing charges of criminal trespass. But that is neither
Yeah.
here nor there.
Yeah, that's
The
crappy.
two of them went to confront the kid, and I went back to my table to draw with my friends. A few minutes later, the head of staff returned and informed me that the guy who choked me would like to apologise. I told him I would accept, and followed him to the room where the guy was. The young man put his hand out for me to shake, introduced himself, and said that he was sorry. I did not immediately shake his hand, nor did I immediately accept his apology. I told him how his actions made me feel threatened and were not appropriate for any situation, as a joke or otherwise. The staff security guy interrupted and said, yeah, he knows, he's been informed. I looked at him and continued my conversation with the kid. The security guy talked over me again. I turned to him and said, thank you, I appreciate your help and everything you've done for me tonight, but I'm talking to him, not you, and I'm accepting his apology, so I would appreciate it if you would let me speak. He shut up and looked down, scoffing to himself.
Yeah.
At this time, I reiterated my point to the guy who choked me once more and offered my hand for him to shake. I introduced myself and accepted his apology, making sure that he understood the gravity of his actions and the criminal charges could have easily been pressed. And that's my story of the time a brony choked me, a fellow fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Yeah, so that was the first part. I'm just going to say that is ridiculous. Chatting. Yeah, that's the one. That is ridiculous. To basically have somebody take physical violence. I'm glad it worked out in the end. But to have someone enact physical violence about that over something as ridiculous as what? A joke? Now, granted, the dude shouldn't be running his mouth. I will admit that. Like, that's like, yeah, but that's a joke. That's different. Thank you to whoever's watching. That's ridiculous. Anyways, while I'm at, I'm gonna put on something else.
Because
I want to see about. My God. Hey, for the person who is viewing in here, you can use the chat. Do you think I should put on content farms of the Amazing Digital Circus, or if I should just watch a video covering a certain Minecraft YouTube channel? Another content farm. Type 1 if you want to, like option 1, type 2 if you want the other option. I'll give you 5 minutes before I decide one, alright? I don't know if anybody's in here. It doesn't let me know who is watching this. Oh, this is just a viewer list. I don't know. Oh well.
YouTube rabbit holes are something that have always interested me. I don't really know why, but there's just something about digging into a topic and trying to piece together different shards of information that gets my brain working. From what happens if you type a full stop into the YouTube search bar to different ARGs and all of that type of stuff. Neuron activation. And let me tell you something here, person watching this video. When I
can't tell that's a real dude or
one of the weirdest.
Oh, you are a virgin. You are a virgin. Follow my mouse. Virgin.
Bizarre rabbit holes I think I've ever seen in my 22 years of roaming this earth, all thanks to something that happened after
looks like
I
he's
uploaded
got a
my
shadow.
previous
That's a real
video
dude. Looks
into
like
the
Markiplier.
ether. I'm not lying. Yeah, put on your detective hat, pull out a notepad, and allow me to introduce to you one of the strangest, weirdest, most bizarre rabbit holes I think I've ever seen in my 22 years of roaming this earth. Something I like to call the Dash Minecraft rabbit hole. And hey, why are you pulling out your hat and your notepad? How about you click on that big red subscribe button down there and join my Discord server, link in the pinned comment. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to help support me in the channel and get yourself some goated products like Lean and Grandpa's Ashes in the process, be sure to click on the link at the top of the description.
Joe Biden?
Like Lean and Grandpa's Ashes in the process. Be sure to click on the link at the top of the description of this video. Head over to Gamer Subs and use code BEAK at checkout for 10% off your next order. Use code BEAK. Use code BEAK. Use code BEAK. Okay, before we dive too far down into the Dash Minecraft rabbit hole, I first want to talk about the facts as they currently stand in this moment of existence, and how I managed to come across the Dash Minecraft rabbit hole in the first place. Now, if you take your mind, I managed to come across the Dash
Don't F with a center.
Minecraft rabbit hole in the first place. Now, if you take your mind and cast it back to a few seconds ago, you'll remember the words "all thanks to something that happened after I released this video into the ether around 2 weeks ago" come flying out of my mouth. If you watched that video, thank you, mate. I appreciate you. If you didn't, basically, in that video I made around 2 weeks ago, I briefly mentioned something about content farms creating lazy, soulless AI slop content involving characters from the amazing digital circus, and one of the main channels
ever made content involving the amazing digital circus. It is gonna be the balling video. I'm gonna try and bring back that meme, but Kane's gonna be the one with the biggest cheeks, and all of them are going to be following him out to the exit, and he'll just go into the real world. He's just capturing so many people's eyes and gleaming. Even though he may be eyeballs and he may be just a pair of jaws with eyeballs, he got them clapping cheeks.
I found doing this was a channel called Pomni-Minecraft. You see, it's right there. Dash Minecraft. All jokes aside, this channel...
Why is she stacked up? Why?
Fucking sucks. It makes some of the worst content I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, tell me that doesn't look more creepy compared to Kane's normal design.
Like, bro, just look at this shit.
So many bubbles coming from me, and I'll finally smell delicious. I love splashing around in my hot tub like a pig in mud.
Guys, judging by the sounds, Pomni might be taking a dip.
But besides the fact that all of these videos are just a Skynet psyop, let's shift our focus from the actual MP. The fact that all of these videos are just a Skynet psyop. Let's shift our focus from the actual MP4 files this channel uploads and onto something more important, something integral to this entire rabbit hole. The titles and thumbnails of these videos. Or should I say the titles and very, very blurred thumbnails of these videos, because, oh my god, if I put these thumbnails on screen, this video's going to the Shadow Realm. Pomni-Minecraft in the hopes of trying
you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Bionicle meme. Looks like you're gonna go back to the Shadow Realm, Makuta. I was just down
capture the attention of, I don't know, the fucking radical youth and Kumas. This channel uploads videos with really, really weird NSFW thumbnails and quite suggestive titles. Kane sold Pomni's clothes. Is Pomni panicking? Amazing digital circus in Minecraft. Jax used Pomni. She's stuck in the red door. The finale of the amazing digital circus. Jax in the bath. Jax in the bathtub with Pomni? What is he planning? However, person watching this video, I've got tragic news. There's no other words to describe it. Person watching this video.
I just realized I have my glasses on. You should have seen my eyes.
Comment, what? Somebody lied on the internet? Impossible. If you, like me, feel devastated. These titles and thumbnails, they've got absolutely fuck all to do with the actual content of these videos. It's all just clickbait aids. I mean, this is Kuma Death made real. All these videos are just amazing digital circus characters running around in Minecraft being dubbed by a bunch of fucking robots. So here we have a channel making awful slop AI content, trying its best to bait children and Kumas into clicking on its videos by slapping.
Why? Ragatha's supposed to be the sweetheart, the one who's intelligent, the one who's not that bad looking, the one who's also supposed to be the absolute carrier of like Loki did in the finale of Loki, the TV show. Why do you... We've only made 4 minutes in this, folks.
Being a bunch of pretty much Elsagate level thumbnails onto them. This is all bad enough on its own, like all of this shit is just disgusting, but this is where things go from bad to worse. You see, a few days after I uploaded my previous video, I was sitting back in my chair, I think I was playing some Deep Rock Galactic, but then I heard this. So I opened up my Discord, went over to my server, which I think you should join, and was met with a few messages from a member called the Clone Smart. Bring your detective notes, because I think I discovered something. I'm gonna do some game theory real quick. Did you guys see this channel in the video? So basically, Pomni-Minecraft is the same channel as Jax-Minecraft. Let me explain. Same channel name, just a bit different. Same thumbnails, I'm not even gonna show them. Same video format, and same AI voices. Oh no! This is the Jax-Minecraft YouTube channel, and much like the Pomni-Minecraft YouTube channel, I can't show you any of this channel's thumbnails because...
Is your lawn bare and patchy, riddled with weeds, or sick and brown? Then go to truegreen.com and get a lawn you'll love in 3 easy steps.
Thank you. Thank you. The one time I say thank you to these ads, thank you.
Thing is though, if you were to take these channels and put an unblurred version of them next to each other, you would notice almost instantly.
Bro, I can already see the drawings in plain sight, dude. Eyes detected, I could see through the blur.
These thumbnails and titles stylistically, they're identical. Well, that and more importantly, these channels' videos. Yeah, let's play a game here, not person watching this video, detective watching this video. I'm gonna put 2 of these videos on screen, and I want you to tell me which video is from Jax-Minecraft and which video is from Pomni-Minecraft. Make sure you've screwed your brain in. You're gonna need it.
Abstract monster does look pretty cool, though.
If you got this right, you're lying to me. It's impossible to tell the difference between these 2 channels.
Oh yeah, I've never even...
For God's sake, besides the descriptions of all of these videos being formatted the exact same, let's look at the banners of these channels. The font is the same. The colors of the text is the same. The red curtain in the background is the same. These channels, they're the same thing. These channels are identical. But let me tell you something here. Sure, the Clone Smart, the GOAT, they may have first discovered the existence of the Minecraft rabbit hole, but me, I wasn't going to leave this topic there. No, God no. Considering that one of my favorite things to do on YouTube is to go down rabbit hole.
For the record, I am a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus. I am. I would love to see that get greenlit and replace the Has-Been Hotel complete wackadoodle, freaking like Looney Tunes, Dr. Seuss bullcrap we got going on down there. I'd love to see that this show if it does get on Amazon. Oh, maybe honestly this should get put on Hulu. There you go, Hulu, man, that a boy. Who knows? Maybe Doctor Strange might wind up in a digital circus. Or he might look like that dang gerbil thing. Like a long time ago, there's this meme on Instagram. My brother used to show it to me where it was like Doctor Strange, but his head looked like a hairless mole rat. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. He's actually a pretty cool dude, but some of the faces he makes.
holes, I had a hunch that if I just spent a few hours looking and digging into this whole thing, I knew that I was gonna find something.
Yep.
Yes, it was time to go deeper. And what I eventually found, well, let me just show you. Pomni-Minecraft, Jax-Minecraft, Pomni and Friends-Minecraft, Jax Digital Circus Minecraft, Minecraft, Jax-Minecraft Story, Jax-Minecraft, Minecraft Story 2, There's an entire plague of these Minecraft channels on YouTube.
It looks like the Toxic Planet. What if Toxic Rick succeeded in making the whole world toxic?
And hey, you know what? Sure, by myself I was able to find something like 13 odd Minecraft channels, but I reckon that there's probably more of these types of channels floating around polluting this website. And in between looking for Minecraft channels, I found a whole bunch of channels that didn't have Minecraft in their name, but made the same type of awful content that all of these Minecraft channels make. All of these channels make dog shit, slop AI videos disguised as degen Elsagate shit. And guess what, person watching this video? I think it's time for round 2 of that game we played earlier. But this time, instead of putting 2 videos on screen, I'm gonna put 6 videos on screen from a whole bunch of these channels. Try to tell me which video comes from which channel.
I don't know, you freaking echoed all of them at once, so I couldn't even tell.
You can't! But now I think it's time to answer a question surrounding one massive word. Sure, we know that there's a shit ton of these channels on YouTube.
Boy came. What? What happened, guys? What was the problem, guys? I don't understand.
Well, as I alluded to earlier, these channels serve one main purpose. It's to trick children and Kumas into watching their videos by baiting them with degen thumbnails. I don't really think I need to go into much depth about that. Like, I don't really...
You better fly up into the sky and then drop on me. Destroy me with the mighty clutiness. What? I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm degeneracy. I'm sorry.
You think I need to make some long-winded iceberg video about it? 200 million views! And when looking at the success of this video and what's happened afterwards because of its success, you can start to see why channels like Pomni-Minecraft have started popping up left, right, and center. Firstly,
let's see how bad we can drop it. I don't know, if I see Kane again, I'm gonna drop it, guys.
These characters have become very recognizable on the kids side of YouTube. And because of that, when a child sees one of these Minecraft thumbnails pop up in their recommended, once again, I can't show any of them, use your imagination, they're gonna click on it because they don't know any better.
Because the problem is, especially for teenagers, as you know, hormones kick in, they get horny, they click on that thumbnail.
They see character they like, they click on video. It's just that simple. Kids are stupid. And the owners of channels like Pomni-Minecraft, or should I say owner, I'm gonna go out on a whim here and say that these channels are all owned by the same person. Their main goal is to prey on this stupidity in the hopes of getting more views. And when you have a whole bunch of channels all doing the same thing, it really helps you rack up those views. Even if some videos wildly underperform compared to others. But keeping that in mind, this is just next level scummy of children, especially younger children.
If he's a ringmaster, that
shouldn't be exposed to shit like this. It's disgusting. I mean, that's all it is. It's disgusting. Shifting focus to the next kind of person who clicks on videos like these, though, we got Kumas. All I can say is, bro, just please, for the love of God, you see that nice patch of green grass out there? Put the tissues down, open your bedroom door, and run your hand through it. If you're unironically watching videos with these kinds of thumbnails, my brother, you're the most down bad person I think I've ever seen in my entire life. What I do think would be really interesting to look at, though, like, there's no way that I can possibly find this, but I just think it'd also be fucking hilarious. It's to look at the average view duration of these videos, because once again, the owner of these channels is trying to bait Kumas into clicking on these videos with these thumbnails, so I'm pretty damn sure
also with a stacked up rag.
But lots of these Kumas, they see one of these thumbnails pop up in their recommended.
You want to know, folks, you do not want to know the art that I even saw a live stream of the voice actors, right? They even brought it up. You wouldn't want to know the kind of art that they make for that mask and the ribbons, gangle. You do not want to know what bloody blue art
They click on it because the Kumas, this is what they live and breathe for. But then instead of getting what they wanted, all they would see is some shitty dog shit AI video. And trust me here, mate, I don't think the guys who click on videos like Pomni got stuck in the washing machine, what will Jax do? I don't think they watch these videos for the plot. But let's take all of this info and join the dots. Here we have a whole bunch of different channels, all with Dash Minecraft in their name.
And the sucky thing is, I believe that's actually from a different person. This is not in no intention actually being used toward, oh God bless it, the YouTube channel. And I actually like that. I like that little art right there. And that sucks. Why? Because it's being used. I need to dress up as the Kane if he was the Joker.
They're making the same shitty, awful slop AI videos. They're doing this to try to capitalize off of the popularity of things popular with kids, like the Amazing Digital Circus. And to ensure maximum clickability, these channels all plop really, really fucking strange, over-sexualized thumbnails on their videos. That, and I'm pretty damn sure that these channels are all owned by one single...
It's like an internet mafia. No, a monopoly. Yes, it's an internet monopoly.
Entity. But now I want to shift focus to another just really, really weird thing I found on some of these channels the other night. You see, while I was scrolling through some of them the other night, rest in peace my mental sanity, between watching videos like Pomni Bots with Jax, Ragatha Finds Them, Amazing Digital Circus in Minecraft, and Scary Choo Choo Charles Under the Bed in Minecraft, Dash Amazing Digital Circus in Minecraft, yes, these are actually videos that exist, I noticed something. Let me let you in on some of the YouTube lore and game theory here for a second. When you look at a YouTube channel, under its channel name, you may notice a bit of text or a link. Like on my channel, your favorite YouTube channel, you got my channel name, you see it's right over there, The Beak, and then under it you have the words, hello, yes, I am doing the YouTubing, open bracket, subscribe, please, close bracket. And then under that you have my Gamer Subs link, which I think you should click on. Buy yourself some Gamer Subs and use code BEAK for 10% off. When looking at all of the different Dash Minecraft channels I found, on some of them, I noticed some specific links. Links that, when expanding the channel's About section, I found out were Telegram links. I think it's time to dive even deeper. Okay, straight up real talk here. In this video, you may hear me talking about all of these links and all of that type of stuff and think to yourself, you know, that sounds kind of interesting. I'm going to click on these links for myself. Listen to me very carefully here. Please do not click on these links. Let me say that one more time. Do not click on these links. For this section of this video, I made damn sure that everything I was doing on my computer was as fucking secure as Fort Knox. It was like Alcatraz on my shit. I'm not even talking like escaping on a plane like Mob of the Dead. Now, my shit was like Alcatraz, but even still, I was still really fucking hesitant to click on these links.
Language, sweetie. Thank you.
I spent an entire day setting up a virtual machine on my computer with a VPN. But even still, clicking on dodgy links, this goes against everything I've ever learnt about computer security. But the investigation, it must continue. So let me tell you about these links. Now, as I said earlier, these links are Telegram links. And instantly, that sent alarm bells screaming in my mind. I don't know if this is a hot take or anything, but me, I've always thought Telegram was a little bit sketchy, like a little bit dodgy. I don't really know why. I know I've just always felt this way. It's just a personal thing of mine. So seeing Telegram links on channels that aim to lie to and exploit mostly kids.
Because we have eyebrows, you can't do an expression unless you have, unless you're watch Kid Behind the Camera stuff. I'll send a link to his video. It looks like it's a potato head.
When I was hovering my mouse cursor over them, I was feeling a bit on edge, but I had to know where these Telegram links went. So I moved my concerns, my stress to one side, mustered up some courage, and clicked on them. And then I found something pretty damn interesting. You see, if you click on either one of these links, it'll take you to a web page on which you have the option to send a message to a specific user, either this user or this user. And I reckon that these two, they're the owners of all of these different Dash Minecraft channels. That, or they work for the larger entity that owns them. Now, for privacy, I am going to be heavily blurring profile pictures and usernames for this segment. So let's just refer to these two chaps as, I don't know, R and V. And let me tell you, one of them is a hell of a lot more interesting than the other. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here, person watching this video. Let's look at the facts that can be applied to both of them. Firstly, they're both involved with these Dash Minecraft channels. That, and to get into these web pages, you have to click on Telegram links found in some of the About sections of these Dash Minecraft channels. And from what I've been able to work out, R and V, they're
well, that makes sense.
both from Russia, which makes me think that either R and V, they're business partners, or that they work for the same company. But now, let's shift focus specifically to R. You see, after stumbling across these Telegram pages, I decided to take the usernames I found and type them into a whole bunch of different places on the internet to see what manner of thing I could find. I'm talking Google, YouTube, Twitter, the Wayback Machine, a whole bunch of different places. For V, I didn't find all that much. But for R, yeah. Let me just show you what I found. Our boy he's operating these Dash channels. He's got so many of them based on a whole bunch of different popular kids things, and not just fictional characters.
Aspen Hotel is for edgy teenagers. The only thing I would ever want to see on there is perhaps a female. What? What? No, I'm playing. I'm not gonna be verbal ace. You know, so, Angel Dust character. Oh my god! I can already see it. It's some alternate reality. I did the same thing, except it was, of course, me and that freaking Spider Spindly went, and that's a he, by the way. So yeah, definitely not
characters, but actual popular kids YouTubers too, like Afmau and Maizen.
Get that thing away from me!
Really weird, isn't it? I don't know. I just find this whole thing pretty fucking odd. From the videos to the Telegram links that have a messaging feature. I'm not gonna lie to you, person watching this video. I don't like this. And let me just say it one more time. Do not click on these links, please. Just stay away from them. But with that, let's link the dots.
I do not intend on myself ever to, but thank you very much, buddy. I'll be sure to keep that in high notes.
One more time, just to end off this investigation. If you go onto YouTube right now and search up Amazing Digital Circus Character Dash Minecraft, after a little bit of scrolling, you'll stumble across a whole bunch of different channels that all upload.
That's 8. Jesus Christ.
Identical, really horrible AI videos with pretty much Elsagate level thumbnails and titles. This is done to bait children and Kumas into watching these videos in the hopes of capitalizing on something popular with.
You better hope that you're proud that you're exploiting children on this. I can't do this no more. I'm done. I can't. Okay, so that was about it. Like I said, I wanted to make this thing a lot more longer. Thank y'all so much, or whoever watches this. I'm probably going to get more viewers after this video is done, but yeah, you can all, I now hopefully have posted my link, so y'all could check that out. See y'all again.